I hit record. It didn't record. Oh well. You hate to see it. Yeah, you're right. Fuck. That was like a. No, that was like a 10-minute lecture. All right, cool. Let's just start over from the top then. Okay. All right.
You could just start all over, man.
Start over. All right.
It's an exclusive video.
This happens with the videos too, bro. The bloopers, sometimes I forget to record. Sometimes, like, I mess up the words. And I might leave some videos where I messed up the words, so I'm just like, you know what, disregard that, and then I just continue the lecture. Because I'm not about to keep redoing the videos. It takes too long. But yeah, anyways. Right, DXY, our swing bias is still bearish. And from there, right, naturally, we have to expect a type of retracement to then come lower. So, right, remember what we referenced on Tuesday, right? The same explanation, right? I'm looking at the immediate leg there. So I'm looking at order flow, Wicks, mitigation here, right? This wick maybe mitigated something there and created a new low, took out structure, mitigated again, and then started lower. But there's a leftover wick, there's a leftover inefficiency here, right? Which you see initially reacted from at first, right? As you can see, naturally this created the initial reaction, but it just goes to show that there was another unmitigated point, right? So we got the reaction, right? But even though we broke the initial levels of structure, we didn't take overall structure. So naturally this is unwillingness because we didn't take out this high. I mean this low, I'm sorry. So, oops, too far. Okay, we came back there, right? We came back into the potential point of interest, and we've already generated those initial structure breaks, right? But as we mentioned, right, our major intraday is still bullish, right? So because we are still bullish, you have to assume the continuation, right? Trade what you see, not what you think you see. And I see, right, that we are still bullish, right? There is a previous structure point here, and this is naturally created, right? A minor intraday push, right? So because this push has happened, right, we see the new essential retracement of this bearish move or the new impulse, depending on whatever it ends up being, right? This is now my solidified low based on the overall impulse low high retracement, right? Because we've seen that optimism, we've seen it show its hand here. So I'm trying to see if price is going to react from a potential turbulence point here, or if it'll just break through and, you know, continue lower. Right, I don't want to play based on this inefficiency here. Why? Because there is a quote-unquote money here. So naturally you have to sell in order to buy. So in order to continue the order flow, I'd like to see the mitigation and then go higher, right? But there is a chance that if this breaks, it could be a type of disruption, even though our full leg is still bullish, and there is a way to continue lower, or there is potentially unmitigated spots here, maybe even here, right? So it's just a matter of which direction price wants to take, and I'm just reacting based on whatever I see. Right, but moving on to EU. Right, same thing, starting from the weekly, right? Keep in mind we've already pointed this out. Right, we came back into this potential point of interest, right? There is a candle there. I'm pretty sure something on H12. Nope, not H12. H8. Nope. Yeah, very messy. Okay, anyways, right, there is a weekly point of interest there. So as I'm zooming in, right, we've already generated that initial break of structure, making this a solidified low of this impulse. Right, so I'm wanting to see if we're going to react. Right, this didn't touch previous structure there, but there are equal highs up here. Okay, that's messy. Right, there is liquidity sitting here. There's equal highs sitting there. So I would like to see any type of disruption at this point. Right, because even now this is a solidified high. Right, but just because it's a solidified high doesn't mean we can reverse and completely change direction, but it also could mean that it is just a continuation of the structure break here. So we are reacting from a potential point of interest, right? So if we break this level of structure even here, right, then this is now a solidified high. Right, if we take out these structure points, this is now a solidified high of the impulse here that took structure out. Right, so if we come down here and mitigate something, right, whatever it be, whatever point of interest it may be, and we generate a higher movement, that's now a disruption of bearish order flow, because we have the reaction from the turbulence point here, and we've generated the initial structure break signifying the solidified high. So I'm just trying to essentially see if we're going to reverse or if we're going to continue. But there is always a chance that this can, continue lower, because this could now be seen as relative equal lows, even though it is a mitigation there. But it could now be or serve as quote unquote liquidity. So it's 50-50, right? Because the technicals on one side or from a smaller scale are saying bearish, right? But the higher time frame is reacting from a very key point, so there is a good chance that we can see a quote unquote reversal. But yeah, is there anything I missed? Is there anything I missed on the lecture? Anything interesting? Right, that pretty much got it, right? What I said earlier that I didn't record.
You good, bro. You did great.
GU. Yeah, the GU one, like we said, this is still technically bearish, right? But if this doesn't break, we have unwillingness, and we can easily reverse. Right, but I can't assume that because we've already mitigated something here and we've generated the reaction, so bearish order flow is intact. It's just a matter if we're going to take out a previous structure point or not. And this is what I showed you too, yeah. So this is only natural, like we said. Right there. Right, as you can see, Wicks took liquidity. 45-minute SC. Thank you for the signal. Where? Are you talking about here? Oh, gee, you stopped on it. You talking about this? The high up here? Or are you talking about here? Yeah, so this would, I would have used the entire candle, right, including the wick. Let's see if there's something else though. Okay, a 30-minute would have been a lot more appealing to me, right, because it's just one candle push up and then the violent move to the downside. I'm pretty sure you could probably break this down further. Yeah, you can maybe. No, yeah. You see, even this broke the M15 POI there. right? That broke the M15 POI and it didn't react from the second one up there. So this could be a sign of potential reversal, if I'm being honest, right? Because there is no legitimate reason as to why this continued lower, but it did. Right, so this could be a type of disruption, and if we don't break this, like we said, I think it was here. If we don't break that, right, and we have, you know, this be a bullish break of structure, and we react, then that would be, you know, ideal. Like, there's always the possibility. Six minute. Yeah, the thing is, I don't like to play or like make assumptions right when market closed, because obviously we haven't had the market open. So I like to play based on how the market open reacts. I mean, the Wicks are an SC, bro. They follow the same criteria, even though it's not a candle. And that's one of my personal refinements, is the Wicks part. And I mean, obviously you see the diminishment here, but that's just because the liquidity is overall dying down. Yeah, Wicks tell a better story than the candle itself. I've noticed that. Which is why, like, because for example, right, the reason why I use Wicks more now is because obviously Wicks are composed of candle bodies and movement and volume, etc. So I noticed that the Wicks themselves will provide a better, quote unquote, better looking SC than an actual SC would look. Like the weekly is a great example. Right, this, it pretty much follows the exact same criteria that a SC would follow. Right, it took out previous liquidity. It had a semi-violent / violent move in the opposite direction, right? And it actually stands out. Or maybe it's just me. See, look, there's another wick here. Right, and that automatically went through, right, signaling that there is no bearish order flow, so naturally continue higher. Are you going to make a video on it? Bro, it's what an SC is. Like, how new are you to the group? Two and a half months. Yeah, you're still new. So it's literally what an SC is, bro. Like, I don't know, there is no video to make on it because it's literally a different type of SC. And I'd rather kind of keep that off the videos. I'd rather just have you guys have that. Yeah, it's just a wick POI. But I mean, you have to practice it. If not, you know, it would just be trying to guess highs and lows. What is your opinion about AUDUSD? I don't trade AUDUSD. But I mean, you need to take this out if you want to be bullish. AUDUSD used to move so nicely in 2018. Everything used to move so nicely in 2018. Yeah, that looks like a pretty strong weekly. Right here you see another wick. They paint off such a bitter picture. But yeah, you kind of assume you're bullish until that, essentially that blue box is taken out. On the 15th. Yeah, I would. Right, and as you can see, we broke through it, so naturally we continue lower. And that's what happened here, right? So the move has already happened. Right, here's what I want you guys to see here. Right, the turbulence point was taken out. So naturally you see lower movement, right? So the movement has already happened based on this narrative, the narrative that the turbulence point was taken out, right? And then we had an impulse to move to the downside because the turbulence point being broken not only signifies a disruption of bullish order flow, it also shows a bearish break of structure. So that caused this, right? So now what happens after this has nothing to do with what happened here, right? What happens after this is completely dictated by the reaction here and the overall leg here. But yeah, this is honestly pretty weak order flow here, right? As you can see, right, that's a lot of excessive mitigations there. So the order flow is intact, but it's not strong because it took too many tries, right? So this would be an unsupported move, right? As you can see the volume, right? As we reach the high, right? As we reach the high diminishment, right? Complete unsupported move. This would have been a crazy sell if you're able to catch it on a smaller time frame. But it's a straight up reversal trade, so it's, you know. But I mean, this type of confirmation would show you that you shouldn't buy here. Wouldn't it theoretically make sense? But this still looks bearish unless we take out, like we said, the previous POI. Yeah, bear momentum is still there unless you take out the POI. Right, because if we take out the bearish POI, then that's now unwillingness here. Right, does that make sense? But yeah, I mean, do you guys have any questions? Anything you guys want to talk about? EG, like we said, nothing happened with EG. Look at the weekly. Look at the H4, bro. Tell me what happened. You know, you could... There's nothing that happened. I'm not going to say this is accumulation, right? Just because it's the same reason why I didn't want to see this as a bullish break of structure, because I didn't want to buy. So like I told you, I'd rather just stay away. It's too low for me to sell, but I'm not going to buy this low because it doesn't make sense from a narrative perspective. So just trading this pair is just not, you know, something I want to do. Right, the wick here. There's still opportunities though, don't get me wrong, it's just not something I want to trade. Right, disruption, right, came back to touch previous structure point. I think this will still continue lower. And I think we'll take out this wick. I'm not going to call this accumulation. Even though it really looks like it, if I'm not, you know. It looks like it, right? Selling climax happened before the actual selling climax, right? But on liquidity grab, volume is you know, it's still pretty consistent. Alright, so who knows? Whatever happens here is crucial. The BTC, what are you talking about? I don't follow cryptos. 60K, that's cool though. That's dope. I want to see people talk shit to Elon now. A lot of people are crying to Elon that he lost so much money. Like, no, he was down money. He hadn't lost any money. And look, now he's booming. On 10K, no. Yeah, no, that's a broker issue. If that happened on your broker, I wouldn't be trading cryptos on that broker. Just saying. Yeah, I would say that's really weird. Buys are restricted for you on IC for crypto. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. Multi-bank. Yeah, bro, my friend was telling me about this one broker. It's called Hanko Trade or something like that. It looks pretty nice. It's called Hanko Trade, and it's essentially another type of CoinEx, right? 1 to 500 with, you know, I mean, obviously you have swap and all that, but the charges, like for example, the charge for a 1.0 is $2, which is 0.2 pips, 0.3 pips. Yeah, Hanko Trade, yeah. He told me he likes to flip accounts on there. I'm like, oh, I mean, that's pretty cool. Yeah, super low spreads. Yeah, who knows? Could be a good broker. And I mean, right now, while it is, while we are in, you know, during the weekend, the spread is only 8 pips on EU. 8.3 pips. On NZD USD, it's 14 pips though. Damn. This one's booming too. How's XRP doing? I haven't seen XRP in weeks. Still a shit show. Watch this die. That would be pretty cool, if I'm being honest. TP at 0? Yeah, so I could buy at 0. Showing its fake hand, maybe. Is crypto in general something you're gonna consider trading going forward? No, why would I don't want to margin trade cryptos. I don't think that's wise. It's a lot of money, but I'm good. Like, I'm not gonna trade something I haven't researched. That doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it's not good. Like, I just don't want to do it. Like, you know? Like, you don't have to do it. I don't want to do it. Like, it's nothing wrong with it. I just don't want to do it. UTK, what is that? PayPal for crypto. Oh, interesting, interesting. Oh, partnership with Shopify. That's interesting. That's interesting. Just buy Doge, no SL. Dope. Yeah, that's how it be, bro. Once you start looking at your one pair, your two pairs, you're not gonna want to look at anything else. That's like why I don't look at crypto. Like, well, marginally, I don't look at crypto. If I look at crypto, it's gonna be to actually buy coins. You have Link. Nice. What did you buy at 224? Oh, you have Link. Oh. Oh, wow. You bought it at $2? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a massive increase. Yeah, you see, like these underrated cryptos are fucking amazing. That's 1,000%. See, look, like 1,000% of $50 is $500. That's crazy. But yeah, do you guys have any more questions? Did you click record? Yes. And we've been going on for 30 minutes since then. That's crazy though. Would have been cool seeing this back in the day. Because from here, that's 11,000%. That's crazy. Your friend has 200 Bitcoins? That's crazy. More than that? That's crazy. Good for him. That's dope. That's crazy. But yeah, other than that, I think we can just finish the call here. Yeah, that is 12 mil. That's a lot of bread. Yeah, for sure. I'm looking for... Didn't we answer that question? Arpon, we answered that question. I asked that question, didn't I? In the Discord? I even put it in the pins. I never did give you guys my answer though. Like, let's actually pull that up right now. Let's put that on the Zoom. Pins. Right, we answered this question. Where is the chat? Oh, right there. Cool. Yeah, we answered this, bro. Like, my answer, right? So the question was, the most common question I had was, how do I find the right POI? And my answer was time. Time, experience. That's my answer. Yeah, it's experience. Yeah, bro, it's 100% experience. And if you want like a specific answer, I'd say order flow. Just know your order flow. If you don't know your order flow, then shit. It's definitely experience though. Time. Becomes instinct. Not really. I'd say it becomes routine. But yeah, I guess you could say it's instinct too. Like, I don't think there is a way for me to teach that, is it? I could show you what a POI is. I'm pretty sure. I just don't think I can teach you how to find the correct POI outside of like order flow. Are you gonna keep with the trade record? No, I don't really see a point. I think it has to do a lot with consistency. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is consistency. Experience it does generate consistency. I'm sorry. I don't see a point. Yeah. Yeah, but anyways, I think we can end it off there, if that's cool.